Welcome back to The Deep Dive, powered by Unlix. We're here to get you well-informed, fast, turning complexity into clarity. And before we dive in, just a reminder of our slogan: break limits, Unlix life. Okay, so today we're tackling something huge. It's this constant battle, right, between feeling super busy, rushing around,
putting out fires.
Exactly, versus actually making progress on the things that, matter long term. And we feel overwhelmed, like we're just spinning our wheels.
Yeah, stuck in the urgent.
So today's mission is to explore a tool, a framework, really, that can help us get a grip on our priorities and hopefully our schedules.
And it all starts with a pretty simple but deep idea. Adyashanti, the spiritual teacher, said it well. The most important thing is not to forget the most important thing.
That sounds obvious, but it's so easy to forget in the daily chaos.
It really is. We get tangled up. We think just being busy means we're being productive. We swap motion for actual progress.
Trading the important future for just, getting through the next hour.
Precisely. And a lot of this confusion, it stems from mixing up two key words we use all the time: important and urgent.
Ah, okay. That feels crucial.
It is. If we can really pull these two apart, understand the difference, then we can stop just reacting to everything thrown at us.
And start actually choosing where our energy goes.
Exactly. Making conscious choices.
All right. So to help us do that, we're digging into a classic productivity tool, the Eisenhower Matrix, sometimes called the Eisenhower Grid.
That's the one, developed by President Eisenhower, apparently to manage his massive workload.
And it's still incredibly relevant, which says something.
It really does. Simple, but powerful.
Okay, so let's nail down those definitions first. What makes something genuinely important versus just urgent?
Right. So, important tasks. These are the ones that connect directly to your values, your big goals, your aspirations.
The long game stuff.
Exactly. The things that actually produce meaningful results over time. Think of them as building blocks for the future you want. High leverage.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And urgent.
Urgent is all about immediacy. These tasks scream for your attention now. Usually it's driven by external things, deadlines, notifications, other people's demands.
The phone ringing, the email alert.
That's the vibe. They often have short-term consequences if you ignore them, sure, but they rarely move you closer to your big goals. They just demand attention.
Got it. So the Matrix uses these two ideas: important, and urgent, not urgent, to create 4 boxes, right? 4 quadrants.
Yep, lays it all out visually. Every task fits somewhere.
Let's start with quadrant 1 then. This sounds like the stress zone, where things are both.
Important and urgent. Yes, this is crisis mode.
Okay, examples.
Think real emergencies: your car breaks down, a pipe bursts, or maybe a critical work deadline that's right here, right now, and can't be missed. Or, a promise to family that absolutely has to be kept immediately.
Stuff you absolutely cannot put off.
No wiggle room. The action here is crystal clear. Do it. Just handle it now.
But there's more to it than just doing it, right? The source mentioned something about why doing it quickly matters.
Yes, exactly. It's not just about checking the box. Unresolved crises, these Q1 tasks, they just eat up your mental energy. The stress lingers.
Yeah, you feel that background anxiety.
Totally. And the source pointed out something interesting. One delayed crisis, often sort of, gives birth to more problems. Delaying one thing causes 2 or 3 new urgent little tasks to pop up because you didn't deal with the root issue.
So acting fast manages the task and stops it from multiplying and reduces your stress.
Precisely. It protects your mental peace, in a way.
Okay, so Q1 happens. It's unavoidable sometimes.
Yeah.
But living there constantly, that's burnout territory.
Absolutely. If your whole life feels like Q1, just constantly fighting fires, it's usually a sign you're neglecting something else.
Something important, but maybe less noisy.
Exactly. Which brings us perfectly to the next quadrant.
Quadrant 2, this is the one you call the engine of quality, tasks that are important but not urgent.
Yes. This is the zone. Honestly, this quadrant pretty much determines the quality of your life over the long haul.
Wow. Okay. That's a big claim.
It sounds big, but think about it. Q2 holds all the stuff that's vital for growth, health, happiness, but doesn't have that immediate screaming deadline attached.
So the action here isn't do it now.
No. The action is schedule it, plan for it, make time for it.
And that's the tricky part, isn't it? Because they're not urgent, they feel optional.
That's the trap. Things like planning healthy meals for the week, getting regular exercise, maybe meditating, spending real focused time with your kids or partner, learning that new skill you need for your career.
Yeah, it's so easy to say, I'll do that later, when an urgent email pops up. The email feels more real somehow.
It does feel more real in the moment, but here's the key insight. You don't find time for Q2. You have to consciously make time for it. Build it into your structure.
Because if you don't,
if you consistently neglect Q2, those tasks don't just vanish. They often escalate. They fester. And eventually,
they become Quadrant 1 crises.
Exactly. They graduate to urgent and important.
Can you give an example of that? How neglect turns into crisis?
Sure. Health is a perfect one. Consistently making time for exercise and healthy eating. That's Q2. It's important maintenance, but rarely feels urgent day to day.
Right.
Now, neglect that for 5-10 years, what happens? Often you end up with chronic health problems. Suddenly you have to see the doctor, maybe need procedures. Those become urgent, important Q1 crises.
The Q2 neglect directly caused the Q1 fire.
Precisely. Same with relationships. If you don't schedule and protect that quality time, Q2, eventually you might face serious relationship issues that demand immediate stressful attention. Q1.
So Q2 is like preventative maintenance for your whole life, investing now to avoid disaster later.
That's a great way to put it. It's the highest leverage quadrant, yet often the first thing we sacrifice when we feel squeezed for time.
Which ties into this whole busyness thing you mentioned.
Yes, the busyness trap, or maybe call it an urgency bias. It's this mindset where people almost wear their stress like a badge of honor.
Right, like, I'm so busy, I must be important, successful.
Yeah. Constantly feeling tense, checking phones during dinner with friends, they equate that frantic energy with achievement. But the research suggests something different.
That maybe it's not a sign of success, but poor planning.
Often, yes. Chronic busyness, feeling constantly overwhelmed, it's frequently a symptom that you haven't clearly defined your priorities.
Because everyone gets the same amount of time.
Exactly. 1,440 minutes a day for everyone. The difference isn't time, it's priority. It's where you choose to put your focus.
The source had that quote about meditation time.
Oh yeah, that was sharp. If you claim you don't have 20 minutes for something essential like meditation or planning, the argument is your life is probably so chaotic you actually need to schedule 40 minutes to sort out the underlying lack of organization.
Ouch. But it makes a point. It forces you to ask, is this truly not important? Or am I just letting urgency run the show?
It's about taking back control. If it matters, you schedule it. Period.
Okay, so it's priority management, not just time management. Let's talk about the other two quadrants then. This is where we need to get tough, right? Boundaries, delegation.
Yep. Let's look at quadrant 3 first. These tasks are urgent, but not important.
Urgent, but not important to me or my goals.
Exactly. This is often called busy work, tasks that demand attention now but don't actually move your needle forward. They often serve someone else's goals or convenience.
Examples.
Yeah.
Like maybe answering routine emails that aren't critical. Attending meetings you don't really need to be in.
Those are classic Q3s. Or maybe running errands that aren't essential for your core responsibilities, responding to every single social request immediately.
So what's the action plan for Q3?
Ideally, delegate or outsource. If it's urgent but doesn't require your unique skills or align with your priorities, see if someone else can do it.
Okay, but let's be real. Delegation isn't always easy or possible. What if that urgent, unimportant email is from your boss? Or you need to deal with a utility company right now?
That's a fair point. Sometimes you can't delegate. In those cases, the secondary action is do it quickly, be efficient, minimize the time and mental energy it drains, get it done, and move on.
Don't let it derail your whole day.
Right. But there's a deeper issue often lurking behind a life filled with Q3 tasks.
Which is?
Your ability or inability to say no.
Boundaries.
Exactly. If you're constantly swamped with urgent but unimportant stuff, doing favors you resent, going to events out of obligation, it's often because you haven't set clear boundaries.
You haven't learned to protect your time and energy.
Yes. Learning to politely, firmly decline requests that don't align with your priorities is crucial. Saying no to non-essential Q3 stuff is how you claw back the time and energy you need.
To invest in Q2.
You got it. It frees up resources from busy work to put into foundational work.
That's powerful. Bad boundaries keep you stuck in other people's urgency. Okay, last quadrant, quadrant 4. Neither urgent nor important.
This is the elimination zone, pure and simple.
So what lives here?
Distractions, time wasters, low-quality entertainment that leaves you feeling drained, not recharged. It's important to distinguish this from genuine relaxation or hobbies. Those are often restorative Q2 activities.
Right, Q4 is the empty stuff.
Empty calories for your time, yeah. Examples, mindlessly scrolling Instagram or TikTok for hours without any goal. watching sensationalist news that just makes you anxious, habitually spending time with people who consistently drain your energy, comparing yourself to others online.
The source was pretty harsh on social media and news, calling them impoverishing.
It was direct, but maybe necessarily so. Think about the attention economy. There are trillion-dollar industries designed specifically to pull your focus into Q4.
To capture your eyeballs and time, regardless of value.
Absolutely. They are engineered for addiction and distraction. If we aren't consciously choosing where our attention goes, it naturally gets sucked into this quadrant.
So the action for Q4 is?
Eliminate or drastically minimize, be ruthless here, cut it out, or set strict limits.
And the payoff for doing that is direct fuel for Q2.
Exactly. It's a direct trade. Every hour you don't spend doom scrolling or watching pointless TV is an hour you can potentially invest in learning, health, relationships, planning, your Q2 activities.
It creates the space.
It creates the space and frees up the mental energy. Imagine the difference over 10, 20, 30 years. The person who consistently cuts out Q4 waste and redirects that time to Q2.
Compared to the person who doesn't.
The gap in their knowledge, their health, their success, their overall life satisfaction, it's going to be enormous, exponential.
It requires discipline, though. Sacrificing that easy dopamine hit now.
For the much deeper satisfaction later, yes. We have to recognize that the path of least resistance, often designed by others for their profit, usually leads straight to Q4.
So wrapping this all up, the Eisenhower Matrix isn't just a scheduling trick.
Not at all. It's a clarity tool. It forces you to pause and analyze, where is my time and energy actually going? Am I reacting or choosing?
And it pushes you to consciously shift focus.
Towards the things that truly build the life you want, those important, non-urgent activities in Quadrant 2. That's where quality of life is really determined.
Yeah, and that feels like the main takeaway. Building a good life, a truly fulfilling life, it doesn't have to be this overwhelming, complex thing. It often boils down to these small, consistent, daily choices about what gets your attention.
Prioritization is everything. It separates the perpetually busy from the truly effective and accomplished.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. We know the world wants to grab your attention, pull you into Q4. What's one Q4 activity, just one, that you could cut back on or eliminate starting today?
To consciously make space for something important in Q2 tomorrow.
That's the challenge. Thank you for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you on the next one. Break limits. Unlix life.